Welcome back to Up in the Northwoods. Well, here's this trailer load of IBC totes we just picked up. We got 32 more actually, so it worked out good. This time we got them from a different person. Those other ones that we got over here, these ones were those paint totes, and they had the bladders all in them. Yeah, as you can see, the bladders over there. But this person was the same price, which we paid 20 bucks a tote, but they didn't have any of the totes in them, the bladders, so it worked out better. And they were actually right down the road from that person too. Only downfall a little bit is that you got some with these plastic. It's still got metal down here and up here, but there's this plastic in between instead of the galvanized like those ones are. But they should still hold up pretty well. There's a couple that are bent up a little bit, like this one. It's bent up a little bit, but it should still stack nice. But it's nice we don't have to deal with all those bladders anymore. For these ones at least. But he's over here, we're just moving these ones that we took the bladders out of the other day. Just moving those, and then I'm gonna start cutting some more sides out, because we only cut 4, so these are the 3 that we cut the backs out of, as you guys probably seen in our other video. But I'll show you guys again. Cut this out so you can stack in here better and everything, just like that, and they still stack nicely. But we only cut 4 out, and we got that one partial over there, so I'm gonna keep cutting more out while he's unloading this. Well guys, you're just grabbing that last stack off of there right now. But I got some of these cut open. It actually takes quite a bit of grinder battery to cut these. We did 2 here, and then I ground down all these edges so they weren't sharp and stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. There's a little bit sharp right there actually. But it's a lot safer, they're not poking. I did 2 here, so I had a little bit of battery left. And then I got 10 here that I did. So I cut them all out, and we did the side because we're stacking them in here. 1 row here, 1 row over there. So it works good. We're stacking them. We're doing it a little different. We did those other ones, like that one over there. We cut the end open, which was right here. But then you can't stack them there as good. But we weren't planning on stacking in those when we cut them. And those are 330 gallons. So, but we paid a little more for those actually. I think we bought those from Bert's Custom Cuts, or In the Wood Yard, whatever one you want to refer to. But that's where we bought those. We bought 4 of them. 4 of them, or can't remember how many we bought actually. I think we bought 4. But yeah, so now we got 32 of these paint ones. That's what these are yet, over there and over there. And then we got 32 more of these other ones from that other place without the totes in them, which is a lot nicer, so we don't have to get rid of it all. But you can see there's the ones with the plastic on them here. They're more of like a square tubing on them here, like this is all square, where the ones with the metal, this is all round here. But they still, I mean, this one you see there, they stack still pretty decent. Some of them, if they're a little twisted, they don't stack very well. But here's, yeah, these are actually stacking pretty nice. We had one stack that wasn't so well, I don't remember where that is, but somewhere in here. But we got that all unloaded. I'm gonna have to go up and charge the batteries. We went through 3 batteries on that rigid grinder just to do 10 or 12 baskets. Well, we brought all this white pine home from a job we did yesterday. We didn't get any time to film it, but we just cut down 4 big white pines. And you can see he's unloading it right now with the skiddy. Works good with the skiddy and the forks. You can take a lot. We got all that off the trailer, and then we got this little load right here too. But you can see how the sap is up in this stuff. See all that? It's making a mess down on our trailer, but what can you do? So we're gonna get that sap cleaned up. We're gonna throw some sand on it actually, just to, so you don't step in it and track it, keep it on your boots and stuff. So he's unloading that from that job yesterday. There's some pretty big ones though here. I'll show you this one right up here. You can see that's a double here. It was split off. That's a pretty big chunk of wood. But he's getting this unloaded now, and we gotta go. And as you guys know, well, we got that wood rack for the roadside firewood stand, and we got so much pine. Here, I'll take you guys over here and show you this pine right away. We got so much pine, we've been thinking about going and putting all pine in our roadside. We were gonna do pine in the bundles and then hardwood in the small stacks. But we're thinking about doing pine. We don't have a ton dried yet, but we're thinking about doing all pine in it instead because we got so much of it, but we have so much hardwood too. So, what you can see here, this pile here is all pine, all the way back up to right there. That's all mostly red and some white in there. So that's all a lot of red pine in there. So that's nice bundle grade, and it'll make nice, like that stack right there in that crate. But we got all this pine. I'll show you guys the other stack of pine where he's setting this stuff we got now. And we got so much. The spruce we like using for boiler wood, but if it's going in the loose wood, it doesn't have to be as pretty as bundle grade wood, so you can put spruce in there too. And that's good for campfires, all that stuff. So, but we get so much of it because we're in Pineville up here, so we got a lot of pine. We got a lot of oak too. This is all from this year so far, what we cut off jobs. And then you guys seen us taking out this oak here. That's all that white oak from that job we cut down for that house. And then here starts the spruce, pine, whatever. Right here, there's 12-foot spruce, that's boiler wood. Here too, 12 footers, you can see the newer stuff. And then you got a lot of red pine. This stuff's a little more aged, as you guys can see. But it's still solid. If you cut that off, it's gonna have a little bit of staining, not bad. But we got all this. And we keep adding more. We just added a bunch on here earlier this week, and now he's adding more on here right now. But it's crazy the difference between the white pine sap and the red pine. I'll let him get this down before I walk any closer. But you can see the sap coming off that, and now it's a red pine right there. And there's not much sap off it. That's a fresh cut too. Just like this one's a fresh cut. There's not much sap off of it. But I'll let him go by so it's a little quieter. But we're thinking about putting pine in our roadside stand instead because we got so much of it and we don't have a big source for it, which right now we haven't been selling any wood or showing you guys any deliveries or anything because our wood, we have it drying in the bins, and you guys seen it wasn't drying good, and we haven't had any dry stuff to sell, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? So we've been trying to get ahead and just keep going. That's why we rented the processor to just get so much wood done, because it was all sitting in log form. So get it drying so we can sell it. But then later today, we're actually going to be going and putting our roadside stand out. So we're going to take you guys along. We got to load that up. We're going to take the dump trailer. We got to get some gravel for there at my uncle's place. And then we're going to be clearing a little bit of brush and then putting the stand out. We're going to show you guys all that. We got to put the roof back on, or roof on it yet. We got a metal roof to go on it. We got to get that done. So it's going to be a busy day, but we'll show you guys all of it. And I had one more thing I wanted to mention while I'm over here. We actually ordered a 20 by 20 carport. So it's a steel frame carport from online that we ordered. It was on sale, so that's why we did it. But we're gonna be eventually, when we get time, it should be here within the next couple weeks. We're gonna take all these trees out of here because where those pallets are back there. We're gonna take this, clear this, move this cherry out of here, move it to a different spot. I think we're gonna stack that in IBC totes since we got so many now. So we're gonna clear this, pull all these stumps right away, get this out of here, and we're gonna actually put the carport right here because we're gonna try and get to the process where we can split what we're cut. So we can cut 8-10 logs and split it up right away. So you're not so far behind where you're cutting for 2 days and then splitting for 3 or 4 days, if you know what I mean. So it's gonna be where you cut and split what you in that day, so you're not behind at all. But we got all this stuff to go through and stack. So this is that stuff we just put in this bin. That's all. This is all oak here. But you can see it's weathered pretty good already, and it's still pretty wet, but it's getting there. This is all dead oak when we cut it, so that's helpful. But you can see here we've been slowly pushing along to get this stuff stacked, this mixed hardwood. We got 8 IBC totes stacked full, and then we got these 2 rows. But you can see this is all we got left. There's about, well, each pallet's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're looking at probably about 20 feet yet ish of bin. So I'm thinking probably at least 10 more IBC totes, and then we got this mixed hardwood out here, and then we got to start on this older oak behind it, because this stuff should be pretty close, but I want to see how the mold is inside. Hopefully it's not too bad, because that would be very bad. But we're gonna continue to unload this. I'll show you guys him unloading the rest. Here, I'll show you guys some more of the sap. It just keeps dripping out of here. As you can see there, in the trailer too, it just keeps dripping. We are also trying to figure out what we're going to do with the landfill around us. We'll take these. We got to pay to get rid of them, but the hard part is strapping them down to get them there. You can put like probably 6 of them in the dump trailer, but the dump or the landfill is about probably 20 minutes from us. So it's kind of inconvenient having to do that. So I crushed this one down here actually with the excavator. So I figure if we crush them down like that, if they're dry, like this one is dry, there's a little bit of water in there, not much, but they're dry, so I could just crush them down and then we could put them in the dump trailer, and you can probably get 10, 15 of them in there maybe, because we got what is it, 32 of them. So yeah, we got 32 of them, because the other 32 that we got, the other IBC totes, they came without, which you guys probably seen. So that was nice, but what can you do, right? We got to get rid of them somehow, because you don't want them around here. We thought about cutting them, the lids, from corner to corner diagonally, like right here. I'll show you guys. Kind of, you guys probably seen it like on, I think Jake does it from Dude Ranch, or he does the flat ones, I think, maybe. But you cut it right down here, and then you can put that right on top of that stack up there. But with these being so full of paint and everything, they're so heavy and all that, it's hard to even get them up there. So with all the paint, and the weight is so awkward because the paint all dried on the bottom of the things, on the bottom of the totes. So it's so awkward, the weight's all off, so it's gonna be hard to do that. Got that all unloaded. I'm gonna turn around, go up front. I'm gonna blow this off with the blower, and then we'll get that sap all cleaned up and stuff. But this turnaround here, it's getting very small. I gotta pull up there, and then I back up right here, and then I can turn back out and go back out. But it's getting very tight with this 30-foot trailer. Well, we got this far. I totally forgot to take the camera out while we were doing this. We got so busy. We just wanted to get right to work because we had the trucks on the side of the road here, so it was kind of a pain. But we got this far. We got the gravel in. We scraped this off. You can see there's a little pile back there, not much, but we put the gravel in. We set all the blocks, made sure they were level. Then we set this section first. Then we set this section. We put the porch legs on. So today, right now, they're up by the house right now working on cutting the steel for the roof, because we got 8-foot sheets and we need about, I think, 71 inches, so a little less. So they did that. They're doing that. I'm gonna go help them with that. I just thought I'd show you guys about how far we got yesterday. Then I'm gonna start putting the steel on up top. They're gonna put the other 6 boards on the back, just like these ones are right here, which got to be cut yet, and then we stain the ends, because we stain the whole boards, but then we just cut them and stain the ends, so we don't have to do all the staining here. And then they're gonna put the boards along the side here, because that's what we're gonna use to put like our money box on. I'm thinking about putting a money box right through this 4x4 here, but we want to put signs down there. Especially, you can put the signs and stuff all on those boards. They're 12-inch boards, so it works good. So they're gonna work on that while I'm doing the roof, and then we just gotta level out the rest of the gravel. We just dumped it here so we didn't have to bring the skiddy back, because we had the skid steer here yesterday to set all this and grade it and do all the gravel. So we got that, but it actually looks really nice so far. I'll show you guys out from towards the road more. That's what it looks like so far.
Everyone was tired at the end of the day.
Well guys, we got her done. I did a little bit of recording, not much, because we just got right at her. I wasn't up here. I was up on the roof quite a bit, so I was getting that put on. But we wish we would have went a little bit longer, because you got about an inch of overhang there. Not too much, but what can you do? But you can see that went together very nice. Got the sideboards on it. Because now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put like our phone number, probably our YouTube channel on there too. Phone number, call us for a bit larger quantities and all that. We might have to adjust this block a little bit because it's coming out from under the leg, but we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna actually put the money box and probably maybe the same thing as over there, right here on paper. And we're gonna laminate them and do all that, but then we're gonna put the money box through this pole here. But then I'll show you guys here. We're gonna do bundles. We did 2 sections because we thought about maybe doing hardwood and softwood bundles, so we did 2 sections right away because we can do. These are gonna be bundles. These are gonna be the small stacks. Here we got 6 of those. Then we got the larger stacks, which is a little less. This is a little less than one of those for 2. So this is about double the size of these little ones, well, a little more than double because you got this board in the center. But my sister, she's an artist, so she's gonna actually, we got little boards that we're gonna be putting up here with the pricing above each one. We gotta sand and stain them. Actually, I think we're just gonna put a clear coat over them after she paints on them, and then we're gonna put them here too, just so everyone knows exactly how much everything is and we don't get any confusion. But then this one, we actually had to, this was going to be one whole board. We had to cut it right here because this pole out here is a little off compared to these ones. I think because of the roof got messed up a little bit, but no big deal. It looks pretty nice yet. Then you can see here, we angled that back board so the water will drip off and come straight down and not actually hit the wood when it rains and stuff. And turned out pretty good actually. So that's good. And then my uncle had that firewood sign. You can see the firewood for sale. So that works good. I'll go straight out from it, show you guys what it all looks like. There it is. Oh, we got a deer running across the road down there. But yeah, that's what it'll look like from the road.
Well, everyone, we got the stand out. It's July 3rd, day before 4th of July, of course. And we got it in and installed about a week ago, but we got all the wood in it. These are actually going to be bundles eventually. We're going to get a Wolf Ridge bundler with a bagger, I should say. There'll be bags, but we got our pay box, and we got all of our info. We got a camera. I got to get it out yet, but you can see we got our prices. That we have wood things made up, but we just put a clear coat on them. So I did this just to get it out for the weekend. So we got all graveled up. Looks nice. We put our land clearing company on there too right away, so that way people can, you know, call us if they have any needs. But yeah, they can come right here. The road's right here, and this road is busier than heck. It's just constant. So we'll just have it sitting here. And my brother had a firewood for sale sign he used to have years ago. He made, so that was kind of cool. So we put that up there. Anyway, that's it. So we're gonna get her going, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'll report this weekend how it's doing.
Well, guys, I'm actually at the stand tonight filling it up. We sold 4 this past weekend, 4 20s. We filled it on Friday night. It's Monday, August 4th right now. So it's a little over a month after we put the stand out, because we put it out on July 3rd. And I figured I'd show you guys a little update. We held this video so that we could show you guys an update for a 1 month. But you can see we got our new signs out there now. All those. We got a flag out there. And the camera's gonna be mounted soon, but we also did our Venmo too on there, which we haven't gotten anyone yet, but we're gonna check the money box quick and make sure we got 80 bucks in there. We should. We haven't been shorted yet. Let's see. 20, 40, 60, and 80. We got to 80, so that's good. Oh, that's always the first thing we check right away. I'm gonna just set this right up here. Put the lock on it. I'll lock that back up. But I'm gonna fill this up. I got a tote in here. We wrapped that so that none of them slide out the back when you're driving, because we got about a 15-minute drive here. But I'm gonna load this up quick, load up these 420s, and then I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna show you guys what we all sold so far. We got it all marked down at home, so I'll show you guys all that and we can talk through the numbers a little bit. Well guys, that took me about 16 minutes total, so it's not too bad. But 420s, and that's about how much we have. We used about 3/4 of the basket, so it's a good amount, just to give you a little reference. But I'm gonna head home and I'm gonna show you guys what we all sold so far, or tell you guys what we all sold so far, and so you always know how well it's doing actually in this area. Well guys, I just added up how much we actually sold in the last month and 1 day technically, and it came out to be $710 from the stand that we sold in 1 month, and that we just put it out. So of course people don't know about it, but people go by and they see it and all that stuff. We sold 9 $10 racks, and we sold 22 $20 racks and 4 $45 racks. So that's actually quite a bit. I'm surprised that we got that much for the first month. But of course, right now is a busy season for camping, you know, all that stuff, weekend people. So winter, it's gonna slow down, but we added it up, and I think he's adding it up right now again, but I think we actually came out with a little bit more for some reason. Don't know how, but we did. But also we sold a cord of firewood too, mixed hardwood. So that was an extra 270 because we delivered it also. So that was extra 270 that we didn't count in there. But we also don't advertise for wood for sale right now because we don't have a ton stacked up dry where we want to advertise, because we want to make sure we have enough to fill the stand for a while. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.